This drill is called Monkey in the Middle, and the one I'm going to show you right now is for large groups. So you can see quite a few players here, and in the next video I'm going to do one for smaller groups because you might not have more than 10 players on your team. So this one right here, if you've got more than 10 players on your team, then you can play it like this. Actually 9 or more you can play. 10 or more is better. The other one is really good, is really best if you have on any given time 8 or less players. All right, so this one is for 9 or more players, but I generally recommend that it's more than 9. Here you can see I set myself up, even with the net player, and you don't see the balls there, but I've got a basket of balls right there. And the first feed always goes to the challenging team. All right, so the way it works is these 3 players form a team. So these 3 are going to play together, and if they win, then they're going to go to that side. All right, these 3 players are also a team. Now the rules are in Monkey in the Middle that the monkey, these are the monkeys right here in the middle, they have to stay inside the service boxes. If they were to step out of the service box, then their team will lose a point. And you can figure out how you're going to enforce that. Sometimes I actually don't allow a team to lose on this side if that team has stepped out of the box. All right, so every time this team right here, the champion team, wins a point, every time they win a point, then they're going to rotate 1 position clockwise. So you'll have a new monkey player for the next point. This team has to win 3 consecutive points in order to become the new team. So, winning 3 consecutive points is really a big deal in gaining momentum in a match, and teams and players that win 3 straight points the most often are going to be a lot more successful. So we'll spare you all the data on that. If this team wins the point and is rotating, then also this team will rotate. So this player, that player, that player, all lost. So all 3 of them will rotate. So this player will go all the way around to the back of that line right there. This player that just lost will go to the back of this line. And that player will go to the back of this line. And in the early going, there will be some chaos. So play the game pretty slowly, and if you have an assistant coach or you have captains that can help direct traffic, it can take a little while before everybody understands where they're supposed to go. And you'll know something's wrong because the lines will get really short and you'll have all of a sudden nobody there. So that means that somebody doesn't understand that they are going to be in this line, then they're going to be in that line, then they're going to be in this line, then they're going to start the whole thing over again. Basically what happens is, well, this team is rotating, this player starts running in, and I like to give them a transition ball. So I give them a ball that bounces, and they're going to hit that ball, and they're going to go into the box. So they can play their first ball outside of the box. That's okay. It's actually preferable because then they learn some transition skills by practicing that. So they're going to go in here. And then from there, depending on their level, I will give a beginner some really nice, easy volleys where I'm trying to direct the ball right onto their racket, and all they have to do is hit a forehand volley. A little bit better players, I'll hit the ball a little more firmly. My top players, I will definitely, they might have to hit a backhand volley on the first ball. And then they really don't know what they're getting. But, when players start to improve, I make sure that they get a not so easy forehand volley. They have to go move to it followed by a backhand volley. So any player who's really worth their salt needs to be able to hit a backhand volley to win the game. All right. So basically, this team, these 3 players, if they win 3 straight points, then they run to the other side, and then for safety, I inform these people, hey, stay out of their way. You have to let them get to the other side. And the other interesting thing is, while they're running, I feed to the next ball to the next person coming up. And what that does, it gives them an empty court to hit into, which helps prepare them for those times when maybe an opponent falls down or the opponent's way out of the court, and all they have to do is simply make a shot. But teenagers get distracted by the fact that somebody fell down or that they're way out of the court, and they start thinking too much. So this makes it a very routine thing to be able to hit a ball into the open court. Another interesting thing that will happen is you'll have players who really hustle over there, and they'll get what looks like a desperation defensive play. And if they do that, that's pretty amazing. So we definitely want to encourage that. Okay, a couple of variations that you can do here. I don't recommend feeding all the way across here, but you could feed there and you could feed here. That's one variation. Another one is that you can, after players get pretty competent with their volleys, you can make them have to hit the ball out of the air. So they have to come forward and hit a low volley while they're moving forward. So you can say all balls must be taken out of the air on the first shot. I mean, in this game, it'd be really difficult to make sure to keep the ball in the air at all times, but you can make it so that first ball is taken out of the air. You could throw some lobs in there and have them hit overheads. So I would do that if you have a highly skilled team, where everybody's pretty accurate with their overhead, and they know how to hit it away from people, and you don't have too many kids on the court. You don't have any kids on the court that are going to easily get hit by an overhead. They'll be able to get out of the way, no problem. Those are a couple of variations that can help you change things up. If you come up with a variation, let me know. Oh, and then one final thing, or I have this little thing that I do with the kids called Miracle. So I might stand with my foot all the way up to the double sideline, and if a ball comes to me, I'm going to play it. And if an errant ball is being hit by this team, I might ricochet that ball into play. So it kind of keeps everybody on their toes waiting for the final shot. Sometimes players let down because they think the point is won, and so this keeps them extra alert until they're absolutely sure that the point is over. So anyway, enjoy Monkey in the Middle, and there'll be another shorter video about how to do it with smaller groups, but pretty much the same rules, pretty much all the same rules, and all the same variations apply. Thanks for watching. Please click like, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and let people know about the channel. I really appreciate that. Also, if you could send me an email to 720degreecoaching@gmail.com, then you'll get my weekly coaching email, and I try to send out 5 quick things to help you out. Some of them are blog posts, videos, long form, short form. Sometimes I've got some 1-minute videos, sometimes 5 minutes like this, and sometimes longer ones where I'm interviewing great coaches. Thanks for tuning in.